In progress.
So good evening everybody. Let's go ahead everybody. Where were we? We discussed about this was your schedule 3 also, no? Schedule 3 we have covered, schedule 2 sorry. है ना? What are goods and what are services? The bifurcation has been done. Okay? And like you know, for GST obviously MCQs are also there. So they can ask you, okay, that in which of these categories or schedules or what a particular goods or transaction is categorized, whether goods or services. Yes, everybody, can we go ahead, everybody? We had also seen something about, tell me, para 3, schedule 1. Have we covered that or no? Which one was that? Correct, na? And also, we had seen also case of DCA. What was DCA? Your Dell Creditor Agent. Yes, Chalia. Those cases also we had completely properly seen. When it is an independent supply and when it is not an independent supply. है ना? चलो. Then CBSE has clarified taxable tenancy rights. Ready? Chalo. Tenancy rights under GST. What about, tell me, residential unit used for residential purpose? Was there a GST? Tell me, bachu, quickly. Residential unit used for residential purpose. Was there a GST? Answer was no. Correct? And residential unit used for business purpose. Was there a GST? Yes. And everybody? So if it is for the purpose of business or commercial purpose, then GST was applicable. Okay. Pagdi system, should we go into it? Otherwise, we'll come to it later on. Okay. Pagdi system will come to it later on. Okay. Pagdi means again, you can say a temporary right to hold the property. I'll come to that. Okay. Sure. No problem. We'll come to that in some time. Non-supplies under GST. Schedule 3. Remember now what is Schedule 3? Schedule 3 says it is a negative list, that means it is neither goods nor services, therefore no GST. Neither goods nor services, therefore no GSTs. So activities transactions specified in Schedule 3, they are treated as neither goods nor services. Yes, Chalia? Dekho bachcho. Those activities transactions specified in the schedule can be termed as non-supplies. Look at the wordings. Non-supplies. Yes, Chalia? Under GST. Also called as, let us say in our day-to-day language, negative list. That means on this, GST is not chargeable. Okay, everybody? Now, what do you think? Simple is simple language. That on what transactions GST is not applicable? Normally, using our own logic, is on basic necessities. GST will not be leviable or should not be leviable. Let us say like medical health care, and medical and health care, food, clothing, है ना बच्चों? Just some time back, we discussed about residential unit. है ना? Residential unit used for residence purpose, obviously. On that, GST should not be and will not be applicable. है ना? Basic food. I'm not talking of processed food. I'm talking of basic food or unbranded food. है ना? Like let us say milk, fruits, fresh, or you can say unpacked, unbranded rice, wheat. Do you understand? Unbranded or unpacked rice, wheat. Do you understand? That means if you go to a mall or whatever shop and you are buying from their packed basmati rice, on that GST may be applicable because it is branded basmati rice. But if you're buying in the bulk from that wholesaler, retailer, whatever, but he has that in that bags, right? You're taking it to what? Open ones you understand? Unbranded one. On that, GST will not be applicable, obviously. Correct? So again, even in income tax, at times you have seen, bacho, higher the income, higher the tax. Similarly in GST, on certain items, GST is not applicable up to a particular amount. Okay, but up to a particular amount. Are you getting my point, everybody? Let us say if you're buying some ready-made garments you understand, clothing. So the rate of the ready-made garment, if the rate of the, I'm still talking about basic things, necessities. If the rate of the ready-made garment, let us say shirt or pants, whatever, is below 1,000 rupees, if the rate of that particular shirt or pant, whatever, bacho, is less than rupees 1,000. So on that GST is not applicable. Above that GST will be applicable. So necessities are taken care of. Are you getting my point, everybody? Yeah? Correct? Chalo. Understand. So negative list. It is important to note that apart from activities specified in Schedule 3, apart from, which is clear cut given in Schedule 3, that is there, some activities have been notified by government by different notifications, which are also to be considered as non-supplies. That means apart from Schedule 3. Further, one more point important now. Some clarifications are given, have been issued, clarifying that certain transactions are to be considered as non-supplies. Clear till here? Okay. So what are the options we have to see it is exempt? Schedule 3, then some notification making it exempt, and third, a clarification saying that from our point of view or from our intention it was always exempt. A clarification is given by the department. Understood or no? So please understand there are 3 ways by which there can be an exemption. Schedule 3 items, notification and clarification. In a way, let me tell you one more thing. Notification means something new. It is newly notified, okay, that this item is also now henceforth exempted. Clarification means a clarity is given that this was always exempted. In a way, bachu, from a retrospective point of view. Understood or no? Everybody? Ha ya na? Tell me. Chalo, let's check. Non-supplies listed in Schedule 3. Activities bachu, which are neither goods nor services. Okay? अच्छा अक्षय का भी DM आ रहा है. Okay, even your message I can see. Sayyid, I'll have to check. May not be there on YouTube. Maybe may not be there. I had some issue with software here. That's why I could not. Neither as supply of goods nor as services. Okay? Can we go ahead? Chalo. Services by an employee to the employer in the course of or in the relation of his employment. Yes, Indrajit. Okay? Then it is neither service nor goods. Okay, what service given by whom to who? Employee to employer. There is obviously consideration, but it will not come under GST. Okay, everybody, all of you? Employee is not going to charge GST from employer. Understood or no? So amounts, another one. Amounts received by an employee from employer on premature termination of a contract of employment are treatable as amounts paid in relation to services provided by the employee to the employer in the course of employment. Understand, bacho, this example. The second part also, what example they are actually giving or telling us, is that part of Schedule 3 or no? What does the transaction understand? Employee is fired. Employee is fired. So a compensation is paid by employer to employee. Clear till here? Amount is paid by employer to employee as a compensation. Whether that gets covered under Schedule 3, yes or no? Everybody? You can answer in everyone if you can't check, if you can't do the DM. All of you answer. Okay, Indrajit got your answer. Others? It is part of Schedule 3. Good answer. Check. Pay attention, bacho. Amount received by employee from premature termination by the employer. Pay attention. They are treatable as amounts received in relation to services provided by employee to employer. Look at the heading here. Services by employee to employer in the course of employment is part of Schedule 3. And Schedule 3 means what, bacho? Negative list. Nitin, Khushbu. Understood? Tell me. Hi, now. Andrajit got it or no now? Akshay? So regular salary, Schedule 3, that is exempt. Your compensation for premature termination, again Schedule 3, that means exempt. Understood or no? Look at the wordings, Indrajit. What is required here? Services by employee to employer in the course of his employment. So they are giving you example here that this amount, premature termination amount, is to be treated as amount paid in relation to services provided by employee to employer. Yes, still here? This gets satisfied now. So even on that, no GST. Clear? Then, services provided by casual worker to employer who gives wages on daily basis to the worker are services provided by worker in the course of employment. Okay? So yes, even this bacho, they are saying that even if there is no proper contract of employment, but here even on daily wages, if the amount is paid, it is to be considered as in the course of employment. Clear? So keep these examples in mind, very, very important. Okay? Then, casual workers employed by a construction contractor for execution of a building contract for him are services in the course of employment. I hope you're understanding. When I talk about construction contractor, there are as such overall 3 people involved. The original real estate developer, builder, the construction contractor or that labor contractor, and the laborers or these casual workers. Yes or no? Who makes bachcho payment to who? The builder to contractor. Agreed or no? And the contractor to the workers or laborers. Is it okay, everybody? Yes? So right now we are discussing between the contractors and the workers. Yes, Shailya? So casual workers employed by the contractor, okay, are services in the course of employment. Okay. Similarly, casual workers employed by security services agency for provision of security services to a client are also services in the course of employment. Pay attention. I hope you are understanding. Builder to contractor bachcho payment is done, and then contractor to bachcho workers payment is done. So on this, it is to be treated as done in the course of employment. It is part of Schedule 3. That is exempt. Okay, that is negative list, no GST. Clear or no, all of you? Understood or no? Fine. That example which I told you about security services, security agencies or security person employed at a society, or bachcho sitting or standing or working in a mall, hai na? So there are so many security people, or you can say those people working, they are all of them which are hired on contract basis. Okay, the main employer, the society or the mall gives a contract to a labor contractor. Hai ki nahi? Again, if I talk about bachcho from income tax point of view, I hope you remember 194C gets into picture over here. Hai na? Provision of labor is also work, na? Hai ki nahi? Anyways, can we go ahead, everybody? Alright. Only services that are provided by the employee to the employer in the course of employment are outside the scope of supply. Hai na? The services provided by employee to employer in the course of employment is outside the scope of supply. However, services provided outside the scope of employment, that means something over and above and extra. Something over and above and extra compared to the contract of employment is bachcho part of supply. Means, can I say they are in a way mutually exclusive? Means, what is bachcho mutually exclusive? Check here. Whatever is part of employment contract. Are you getting my point? Okay, everybody, is not a supply. Hi, Anna. As soon as you do something for the employer outside the employment contract, it will be bachcho part of supply. Understood? Yes? Okay or no? So services provided on contract basis by a person to another, that is principal to principal basis, are not services provided in the course of employment. Principal to principal basis. No. Any kind of what you are seeing this, na? Injury. No, remember. Compensation for injury is not a supply. So services provided on contract basis from principal to principal. Okay, on principal to principal basis. They are not bachcho services in the course of employment, because you are clear cut using the word principal to principal. Okay, everybody. Then, or let us say for an example, consultant, hai na? Or you can say associate person, associated just, not an employee. Clear? Any amount paid by employer to employee for not joining a competing business is paid for providing the service of forbearance to act and cannot be considered for providing the services in the course of employment. What do you mean by this? GST will be applicable or not applicable? Tell me all of you. GST applicable or not applicable? Applicable, beta. Because cannot be considered now for providing in the course of employment. Yes, Akshay. What is the service over here? What is the supply over here? The employer as such, okay, is willing to pay to some employee that you do not join a competitor or some other business. Then what is the law or your clarification given? Then that payment cannot be said to be done for the or in the course of employment. Yes, everybody, it is just like non-compete fees, है ना, in a way that you don't join our competitor. Yes, clear all of you? Fine or no? Understood? Can we go ahead, all of you? Chalo. Services by any court, even that is a supply, na? Service by any court or tribunal established under any law. Again, that is not neither goods nor services. Functions performed, if at all, bachcho, by these guys, है ना? Members of parliament, state legislature, panchayat, municipality, all of these bachcho, that is not a taxable by the members, of the parliament, state legislature, members of panchayat, members of municipalities, and members of other local authorities, members. Again, that is not a supply of goods, neither services. Duties performed by any person who holds any post in pursuance of the provisions of the constitution in that capacity. That means you are getting bachcho a position because of the constitution. So that work done because of that position or work done in that position is not a supply. Okay. So duties performed by president, vice president, all of these bachcho, okay, are not to be considered as supply at all. Chalega. Duties performed by any person as a chairperson or a member or director in a body established by the CG or SG or local authority and who is not deemed as employee before commencement of this clause, or who is not an employee, okay. So chairperson of these bodies, like let us say chairperson of IEPF, chairperson of NAFRA, again bachcho, that will not be considered as supply of goods or services. That will you. Service of funeral, burial, crematorium or mortuary, including transportation of the deceased, okay, from hospital to home or hospital to directly wherever the cremation is done. Again bachcho, on this GST is not applicable once you are dead. I mean, you have to be dead, so that GST is not applicable, okay. Sale of land. Sale of land, it is what? Immovable. Hi Anna. And subject to para 5B of schedule 2, okay, whatever. Building, remember now, land, there is no concession on land, but building, what do you remember in building? What have we discussed? Only if the entire consideration is after completion certificate, remember, then on that GST was not applicable. If you are buying a property under concession, GST applicable. Yes or no? Then we are discussing what? Exempted list. Actionable claims on that GST, not applicable. It is not a supply of goods nor service, except lottery, betting and gambling. That means you are getting a right. Once you win a lottery, you are getting a right to claim that. Betting, gambling, same thing. So actionable claims are specifically included in the definition of goods. Okay, it is a part of goods. However, Schedule 3 specifically exclude actionable claims, but other than lottery, betting and gambling as supply. So it means what bachcho? Only lottery, betting and gambling are treated as supply. All other actionable claims are outside the scope of GST. Some of the other examples of actionable claims. Right to recover insurance money. Means what? Claim. Na? You have a claim or no from the insurance company there, that claim for arrears of rent, claim for future rents if these are assigned to you. Then unsecured loans, you have a right to recover them. Unsecured debentures, BOE, promissory note, bank guarantee, fixed deposit receipt. Again, you have a right against that. Right to the benefit of the contract. On these bachcho, GST is not applicable if you transfer these rights. If you supply or transfer these rights to somebody else, on that GST is not applicable. Yes, Chilio? But bachcho, if you transfer what? Lottery and all of that, and on that bachcho GST is applicable. Clear or no? All of you? Can we go ahead, everybody? That was point number A. First category was what category, bachcho? List of Schedule 3. Chalega? Understood or not? Yeah? Chalo. Next one. Non-supplies by notification. So later on, the clarification was given. Okay? So government has the power to notify activities okay, which are undertaken by the CG or SG or local authority in which they are engaged as public authorities, which shall neither be supplied, which shall neither be considered as goods nor services. Till now, the following activities have been notified as exempted. Okay, understand the point. Notification means what? Even government gives services in its capacity, in its representative capacity. So they are saying some services provided by SCG, SG, local authority, panchayat, etc. That is neither goods nor services. Okay, check here. Panchayat or municipality functions. Services by any of these of a function, that means work, which is given as per constitution, bacho, okay, then that is neither goods nor services. Finally, everybody, see, government, your local bodies, corporations, municipality, they have some duty or no? That duty is specified clearly. Their power, but not just power, the duties are given in where? In constitution. So whatever work is allowed or whatever work they are doing as per the constitution, bacho, that is what? Not a supply. Okay, everybody? Clear? Next, grant of alcoholic liquor license. Why? License to bachcho we had seen in 7 na? 7.1. License was bachcho part of supply, clear cut. But what is the logic that for giving of alcoholic liquor license, it is not a supply, because bachcho, alcoholic liquor itself is not under GST. Very good, Akshay. Yes, under the logics. Okay, check. Services by way of grant of alcoholic liquor license by the state government, are treated neither as supply of goods nor services. Finally, here. Hi, now, all of you. Unnecessarily, they are not making it more expensive. Okay, the license. Fine, everybody. Such license is granted against consideration in the form of license fee or application fee or whatever name called. This special dispensation is applicable only to supply of service by way of grant of liquor license only. That means any other license issued by anybody on that GST will be applicable. Yes? Like maybe what you said was food license. What are license? Chemist license. Then what? What else we can have? That crackers, firecrackers you want to keep, ammunition you want to keep, on that bacho what? You will have to take license. That fees on that GST may be applicable. This is because of an agreement between the state and the central, state and the center. Services by government to business entities. Okay, business entities means business units, including by way of grant of privileges, licenses, that SEZ, whatever, mining rights, natural resources. So the spectrum also, spectrum you understand, no? For your telecommunication, grant of spectrum license against payment of consideration in form of fee or royalty, they are taxable under GST. The government is authorizing them, these whatever benefits and licenses are being issued, but on that is a supply. On that on that GST will be applicable. But if it is for alcoholic liquor for human consumption license, on that GST is not applicable. Okay. Taxes required to be paid by business entities on such services under reverse charge. This we will see later on. Okay, what is reverse charge? Okay, done till here. And third one. So first one was Schedule 3. Second was what, bacho? Notification, Which one notification is of alcoholic liquor and these panchayat municipalities functions. Okay, fine. And third one, bacho, clarification. Ready? So CBIC, write down somewhere in the notebook or textbook. Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. Done till here? Can we go ahead, everybody? Chalega? Just like CBDT you have in income tax, we have CPIC. So CPIC has clarified that following activities or transactions are non-supplies. Clarification. They can't make the law, no? They're just clarifying it. Okay? Check. Interstate movement. Interstate, okay, not interstate movement of various modes of conveyance. What is conveyance? बच्चों transport, है ना? Journey. Clear? So interstate movement of various modes of conveyance, okay, between distinct persons, है ना? Including train, buses, trucks, tankers, trailers, vessels, containers, aircrafts, okay. But what are they doing? Check here. What are they actually doing? Carrying either goods or passengers or both, or for repairs and maintenance, okay, or for repairs and maintenance. You may have to send your vehicle or truck or engine or anything to some other location where it gets, you can say, repaired or maintained or annual maintenance. For that you may have to transfer the vehicle itself or transport the vehicle itself. Is it for the purpose of supply? No, it is for the purpose of repairs and maintenance. So again, that is exempted. Okay, that is what exempted. And again, the modes of conveyance, again, your own vehicle, you are taking it from one state to another state. Yes, for what purpose? For the purpose of carrying goods or passengers or both. Yes, still here? So check. Except in cases where such movement is for further supply of the same conveyance, shall be treated neither as supply of goods nor a supply of service, and therefore not leviable for IGST. IGST because interstate. However, applicable CGST and IGST, as the case may be, shall be leviable on repairs and maintenance done for such conveyance. Repairs and maintenance, this is supply of service, na? Try to understand. If you have, let us say, trucks, truck in Maharashtra, okay, let us say Maharashtra border or whatever, and your nearest as such repair service station authorized authentic version is in Karnataka. So you are doing an interstate transfer of the truck, but what is the purpose? Is it for further supply? Are you taking it to Karnataka so that it can be sold in Karnataka? No. Are you right now? I'm talking of second example. Okay, repairs and maintenance. Yes, still here? So you're sending it to Karnataka for repairs and maintenance so that it can come back also. So whenever it is going outside the state, okay, on that because at state borders they will be checking and all of that. Or you will understand later on also, every vehicle, every commercial vehicle moving in India today is, you can say, registered, or you can say notified to the GST department that what goods are getting transferred, or why this vehicle is moving from one location to another. I'm talking about why. Means, let us say, common sense, a truck. Why a truck will move as such? Let us say the driver maybe is taking back to his home, or to the contractor, whoever is the owner of the truck, or maybe importantly he is transferring goods, or in this example I told you, repairs and services. So every truck or movement may be for some purpose, and especially if it is moving outside the state. Yes, still here? Then again, definitely we have to give it a notification to the GST department why it is moving, okay, or what is being carried over there. So here we'll have to say it is going only for repairs and services, repairs and maintenance, not for actual supply. Clear till here? Now whoever is the service center owner, he will do the repairing, he will charge his own GST on it. Why? Because he is providing the service of repairs and maintenance. Are you getting my point or no? You taking the vehicle outside the state, okay, on that GST will not be applicable. Clear till here, all of you? Fine? Can we go ahead, everybody? इंटरस्टेट मूवमेंट ऑफ, पूरा स्टोरी होने के बाद बोलते हो, आई कम बैक टू इट इंद्रजीत, ठीक है. इंटरस्टेट मूवमेंट ऑफ rigs, tools and spares and all goods on wheels like cranes. Understand? Above circular shall mutatis mutandis. What was bachcho? Okay, Nitin. What is mutatis mutandis? Have we covered this, bachcho? Same to same. Okay. The above circular, whatever we have, will apply same to same for movement. See, pay attention. For any interstate movement, okay, of vehicles, it needs to be notified to the department why it is moving. Yes, clear? Then what are we going to tell bachcho the department as such? That I am taking it to another state for what purpose? Repairs. Yes or no, everybody? Is it okay? So when I move the vehicle, means I am transporting, okay, I am taking it from one state to another, okay, for repair purposes. Whether GST will be applicable on that for movement of that vehicle? No. Okay, check here. Again I am repeating. Interstate movement of various modes of conveyance. What bachcho are you transferring? The vehicle itself. Which vehicles it can be? Again, or any kind of transport. Trains, buses, trucks, tankers, trailers, vessels, containers, okay, aircrafts. Isn't it? Are you getting my point till here? Okay. Let me tell you one more thing. Okay, understand now. Are these goods or not goods? What do you think? Trains, buses, trucks, tankers, trailers, vessels, containers, aircrafts. They are goods or no as such? When you, let us say, buy a truck. When you buy a truck, I think that you might have seen the trucks are driven, na? Or any kind of containers, vessels, whatever. It is getting transported. Or tractors also, for that matter. The tractors are not given here, but tractors you don't use for transport of passengers, but you are getting the point. You might have seen tractors getting transported. So this is also interstate movement of goods. When the transportation vehicle itself is moving bachcho outside the state, it can be deemed to be what as bachcho? Supply of these only. Hai ya na? Let us take an example of truck. Hai na? Somebody is selling from Madhya Pradesh to Maharashtra. So he sent bachcho truck. It is an interstate supply or no? Hai ya na? Everybody? All of you okay till here? Right? There is a sale of truck example. Hai na? Truck bachcho is used for what? Transportation. Let me use the word, right? No, transportation. But truck bachcho mainly is used for transportation of goods. So the truck is sold. Truck is a transport vehicle, na? But truck is sold, so, and there is a interstate movement, obviously. Then on the GST was applicable. But when these now vehicles are moving interstate for the purpose of transportation of goods or transportation of passengers, kuch samjha ki nahi? When these vehicles are moving outside the state, let us say, hai na, for the purpose of transportation of goods or transportation of passengers. Clear till all of you? It is not supply, na? It is not supply of the vehicle. Are you getting my point or no? Bus bachcho being sold. Okay, let us say Maharashtra to Karnataka. Is this supply? Yes. Is the bus moving from Maharashtra to Karnataka? Yes. Whether IGST will be applicable? Yes. Okay? Fine. But this movement, whatever this purpose of moving is not same as when the bus is, you can say, traveling with passengers. When the bus bachcho is traveling with passengers, is that a supply of bus or supply of service? What do you think? Correct. So in that case, are we supplying the bus? Is it supply a bus? In the second case, no. Understood clear, all of you? That is okay. Is it supply of goods? No. है ना? So when bus is traveling, let us say interstate, है ना? The bus is traveling interstate for the purpose of what? Carrying with goods or passengers or both, or second, what I was telling you, for repairs and maintenance. Yes, still here. So on that bus part, the bus part only, focus on the bus part. On that, GST will not be applicable. On the goods part, GST will not be applicable. Yes, everybody? The vehicle being transported or the vehicle going from one state to another state. If it is going from one state to another because of transportation of the goods or passengers on the transportation vehicle, okay, it is not a supply. Done till here? And again, if that vehicle is going outside the state, but for what purpose? Repairs and maintenance. Clear? Again on that, for the transportation of that vehicle, GST is not applicable. Understood? Now in both these cases, pay attention. Both these cases, over here, the passengers will pay you money. Why? Because you provided bus or you provided service. You provided service of transportation. Is there a difference or no? So when you provided service of transportation, on that GST is applicable. You did not sell them bus, na bachcho. Okay? Similarly here, when you took the truck for repairing to Karnataka, did you sell the truck? No. You are getting the service. You will get back the service of repairs. So the garage owner or that authorized center will levy whatever his charges plus GST. Yes, everybody? For supply of service of repairs and maintenance. Clear till here, all of you? Yes or no? Done, na? Now here at least all these vehicles or all these modes of transport, they can carry, okay, most of them, let us say, vessel means your water transport, vessels means, okay. They can carry either passenger or goods or both. Yes, still here? So when they are moving from one state to another, taking the passengers or goods, or they are moving from one state to another for repairs and maintenance, that is not a supply of the goods. It is not supply of the transportation vehicle. Hai ki nahi bachcho? Yes? Done till here? Similarly, interstate movement of rigs, tools and spares, and all goods on wheels. All goods on wheels. Can you see the example over here? Can I carry anything on that as such? Can I carry goods in this bachcho? Or can I carry any kind of passenger in this? No. But these vehicles, these type of vehicles are going, let us say, from one state to another state for doing the work. Is it a supply or sale of these vehicles? No. Okay? So check. Understood, everybody? So no GST, no IGST will be leviable on such movements, neither goods nor services. है ना? Done till here? All of you? Now should I ask you, pay attention, except in the cases where the movement of such goods means this, cranes, okay, is for further supply of the same goods. Can I ask you meaning of this now? I'll give you example, you tell me, okay. The crane is going from Maharashtra to Karnataka. For what purpose? I want the meaning of this purpose. For further supply of such goods. Goods means crane. In this example, what's a crane? The crane is going from Maharashtra to Karnataka for sale, correct? For further supply, correct? Correct, sale. Then, bachcho, obviously it is IGST. Understood or no? Clear? Everybody? See, okay, everybody understood or no? Yes, Kushbu. Now, okay, here, is it possible? Did you understand all of it till here? Yeah, if you have a big container and then in that you are sending crane, that is also still the same thing, hai na? But the crane itself is going on its own, whatever it is. Okay, but it is to be sold in Karnataka. That is the reason. Then in that case, bachcho, it will be a supply. Okay, fine. The reason being it is to be sold in Karnataka. That's what is getting transferred. So it will be a supply. Okay. So mainly, bachcho, when it will not be a supply? If you're getting some work done in that particular state. Hai na? What work, bachcho? Transportation of goods or passengers in that state, or repairs and maintenance. Okay. Supply leviable to GST. Two conditions needs to be bachcho satisfied. The supply must be made by a taxable person. So taxable bachcho, we are going to say a registered person. For that we are going to check another chapter. Okay. By the supply must be made by a taxable person, and supply must be a taxable supply. Two conditions. Okay. Two bachcho conditions. What first one? Supply by taxable person, registered person only, that means, and the supply should be of taxable supply, not exempt supply. If both these conditions are satisfied, then bachcho GST gets applicable. You know? A supply to attract GST should be made by taxable person. Hence, supply between, pay attention, supply between two non-taxable persons do not constitute a taxable supply. Means what? Unregistered to unregistered. Unregistered to unregistered. On that, bachcho, GST is applicable? No. Hi, Anna. Clear? The restriction of being a taxable person is only on the supplier, whereas the recipient bachcho may or may not be a taxable person. Okay. And what do you mean by taxable person right now? Just normal understanding. Who is registered or liable to be registered under GST. Okay. Done till here? Look at the understanding. A person who is liable to be registered but does not take a registration and remains unregistered will be still bachcho understood as taxable person. A person who is liable to take registration and does not take, still bachcho will be treated as what? Taxable person. Yes. Similarly, a person who is not liable to be registered but voluntarily takes registration, then bachcho even he is understood as a taxable person. Bouncer. Do you remember bachcho income tax? We had done PAN also, permanent account number, PAN. In that some cases we had seen that on certain transactions PAN is necessary or compulsory. That means you need to obtain a PAN. Ha ya na? You need to bachcho obtain PAN on certain transactions. So in that case, you need to obtain, it becomes compulsory. Now maybe, but for all of you or many of you, you might have not done that transaction, such kind of transaction, but still you have voluntarily taken PAN. Similarly, in GST, now a little bit of things will click to you. At times, people to claim credit, ITC, they voluntarily take bachcho GST registration. So pay attention. A person who is liable to be registered but has not yet taken registration, still bachcho we call him as a taxable person. Clear till here? And secondly, who was not liable to be registered, but he has voluntarily taken. Now he is registered, so we also call him as taxable person. You understood? So when GST comes into picture, when a supply is made by taxable person. समझा कि नहीं? Understood all of you? Clear or no? Okay. So two conditions should be satisfied. Not supply by taxable person, and secondly, supply of taxable goods or services. Understood? So there is supply of milk by a taxable person. Person is registered under GST, but is supplying milk or fruits or whatever. On that GST will not be applicable because the supply is not a taxable supply, na bachcho. Clear to you? But if a registered person gives consultancy, registered person gives consultancy bachcho, then on that GST is applicable. है ना? नहीं Indrajit, then again on that no GST. There is again a different concept comes into picture. Reverse charge, that we'll have to see. Okay? But one thing is for sure, what bachcho? Unregistered to unregistered, no GST. Okay? I am going to call this URD. Okay? You can also write down somewhere. Unregistered dealer. So it is बच्चों URD to URD supply. कुछ समझा? Then on that बच्चों no GST, because on both of the parties, the supplier as well as recipient, on both of them बच्चों there is no compliance of GST. Yes? There can be cases in Rajit that we will discuss later on. That if it is URD to RD, RD means what? Registered. On that it can come if the transaction is covered under reverse charge. That we will do later on. Reverse charge. What is reverse charge? I'll tell you. Okay. For that we need to reach till there. Totally clear all of you? Yeah. So two conditions what? Supply by a taxable person, and second, supply of taxable goods or services. Taxable supply means what? The supply must be taxable. Wow. Nice. Taxable supply has been broadly defined, means any supply of goods or services, both, under which GST is leviable. That is okay. That means it is not exempt. It is not part of section 3 or any kind of clarification or notification. Fine. Section 8. Important. Composite or mixed supplies. A little bit of this discussion we have had when we were doing that what? Sales promotion transaction. Sales promotion. Remember that? Buy one, get one free and all of that. Or they are bundled together or no. Clear? I think I asked you example. Can you sell laptop without charger? Or can you sell mobile bachcho without its cord? All of that. Cord. But can it be also supplied separately later on? Can I purchase only a laptop maybe in second hand market? Or can I buy only the cables or the chargers only later on? That is also possible. No? But when you're making a sale, with that sale, something else needs to be given. Like for a simple example. When you buy a car from a showroom, or a bike, whatever. With that bike or car, what will be given? Automatically. Common sense, okay? Very small common sense. Automatically it has to be given. Even if they are not the dealer in it. What do you think? I'm saying, talking of particular goods. They give you goods. Which good they are giving you? The bike and the, let us say, car. But along with these goods, they have to give you one more good. Key is part of, okay, helmet, fine, okay. Fine, at least you're thinking now, okay. What else? RC is a certificate. is बच्चों the showroom dealer, are the showroom dealer petrol pump owners? No, na. Do they have to provide you little bit of petrol, diesel, whatever? They'll have to give it to you, no? Or are they going to tell you, bring your 1 liter, 1 can of petrol, diesel, and then take it from here? So they'll have to provide you a little bit with that also, or no, basic petrol or diesel. Understood, everybody? So here to make one sale, they have to supply other things also. Clear till here? That is what in a way composite supply, mixed. I mean the wordings are synonymous with each other, but naturally bundled together. Yes, till here. Now luckily on petrol and diesel GST is not applicable, but understand this example now. To make one sale, I have to provide, or I am providing other things also. Clear? Understood, everybody? So with laptop, charger also. With phone, cords also. Correct? Then when you go to a hotel, not restaurant, hotel for vacation stay, they don't charge you but separately for room. They don't charge you but separately for internet, for security, for breakfast maybe. It is all part and parcel of one particular plan or one price only. Hai na? So it is completed or inherent in that particular price. Okay, so check section 8, taxability on composite and mixed supplies. Understand, the taxability on a composite or a mixed supply should be determined in the following manner. If it is a composite supply, okay, comprising of obviously 2 or more supplies, one of which is the most important supply, principal supply, it shall be treated as supply of such principal supply. Example again, laptop and charger. When a sale is done of laptop, let me say, you go to buy a laptop, or you go, I want charger specifically, your charger is best. No, you going to what, buy mainly, what do you say? I want to buy a mobile, or I want to buy a laptop. Clear till here? In that case, yes everybody, what is the most important, or what is the principal supply? The laptop or the charger? What is the principal supply? Principal means what? Most important, primary. The laptop is the principal supply. Correct? Then what rate of GST will be applicable? Or basically the entire transaction will be treated as supply of laptop. Even if with the laptop you are providing a webcam or a mouse, peripherals, time pass things. Understood? All of you clear till here? So what rate of GST or what will be taken as considered as supply of laptop? So even if there is a separate rates on laptop and charger, etc., or mouse, whatever, which rate will be applicable? GST on laptop, that rate will be applicable. Understood? However, if you are doing a mixed supply, what about your mixed supply? Comprising of, again, of 2 or more supplies. What is mixed supply? Brought together. I think I told you that example of dry foods item, or that Cadbury celebration box. Then supply. Then what rate will be applicable, or it will be treated as supply of that which is the highest GST rate or highest rate of tax. Okay. So if it is a mixed supply of 2 or 3 or 4 items, among them, whichever has the highest rate of tax, that will levy on the entire supply. Understood? Depending on whether it is a composite supply or a mixed supply. Yes, still here, all of you? Check. Let's take an example. We have lots of examples to cover. Okay. So obviously GST levied on the notified rates. Okay. That is okay. I will be doing lots of them. Wait for a minute. Then, but what rate to give or what rate to charge if it is a multiple supply? If it is a supply of 2 or more items, 2 or more goods or services, okay? Then that depends whether it is a composite or mixed. If it is composite, what rate? Principal supply rate. If it is mixed, what rate? Among them, highest rate. Among them is whatever is supplied, among them, highest rate. Understood? Check. Some supplies are combination of goods or combination services or both. Okay, and each individual component बच्चों may attract a different rate of tax. Okay, in that case, which rate to find, that is a challenge. So that's why बच्चों we come with the concept of composite and mix. Pay attention. Whether the goods are naturally bundled or not naturally bundled. Okay, example बच्चों, laptop and charger, what do you think? They are naturally together or unnaturally together? They are naturally together. Yes, clear all of you? Yeah. So if they are naturally together, then on that is which supply? Composite or mixed? Laptop and charger supplied. Composite. Good. And because of that, बच्चों, which rate of GST? Highest or principal supply rate? Principal supply rate. Okay, that means which one? Laptop. Clear till here? Now naturally bundle means what? They are coming together naturally, and among them, one of them is the most important supply, and that most important supply is बच्चों what? Principal supply. Clear? चलो. So composite supply means a supply made by a taxable person to the recipient and comprises of two or more taxable supplies. Clear till here? Like बच्चों, when we order from Zomato or Swiggy, okay, from Zomato or Swiggy, you are buying food, but there are two provisions again. One is purchase of the food, that you have paid for that, and secondly what बच्चों? Transportation. Okay, so there is a goods and there is a transportation. Clear till all of you? So depending on every transaction, which is the principal supply, that बच्चों rate will be applicable. Okay, so two or more taxable supplies, okay, or any combination thereof of goods or services, naturally bundled in the ordinary course of business, and obviously only one of them bachcho will be a principal supply. Bachcho, let's understand, when you are traveling, let us say from again Pune to Delhi by flight, what all services we have to consider? Again, your airport services, lounge services, then in-flight beverages, that services, isn't it everybody? In-flight food and beverages. But what is the principal supply in this? What do you think, bachcho? What is the principal supply? Very good, Nitin. Good. Transportation of passengers is the principal supply. है कि नहीं बच्चों? That because of this, other things are happening. What is the main core transaction? Understood, everybody? So this means that in a composite supply, the goods or services both are bundled owing or because of natural necessities. That means they will be supplied together. They have to be supplied together. Okay? Again, star mark here. You have to understand what is the principal supply. Principal supply means the supply of goods or services which constitutes the predominant, means dominant, means important. Predominant element, most important element of the composite supply, and to which any other supplies are just ancillary in nature. Means what? Just related or dependent on the principal supply. Okay? Works contract, and that is a restaurant services, are classic examples of composite supplies. In the restaurant, bachcho, what is the composition over here? What is composite in the restaurant? Food and service. Hi, Anna. Clear to all of you? Works contract, the bachcho, I have told you many times, it is supply of goods as well as labor. Yes, everybody? One of them, bachcho, is to be considered as principal supply. Clear? Check example. Wow. Mobile phone is always sold with battery. Naturally together. Yes. Bundle of services of catering on board and services of transport by air is a bundle offered by majority of airlines. Eating bachcho on the flight and the transportation. These are two supplies. But what is the most important one? Transportation of passengers. Yes, still here? Can you go ahead? Chalo, check. I mean, let's read this. How to determine whether services are bundled in the ordinary course of business? It will again depend on your normal or frequent practice followed in that particular business. Okay. If large number of service recipients of such bundle of services reasonably expect such services to be provided together as a package, then such package could be treated as naturally bundled in the ordinary course of business. Have you gone through any kind of vacation agency, tour agency, na? Tour and tourist? You might have maybe have heard of Veena World, I don't know, or what do you say this? Make My Trip, MMT. You pay them as a package or no? At times, है ना? 7 days tour, this and that. One single amount told. Now that over there is so much of supply, है ना? Right from pickup of cab from airport to hotel stay, hotel food, है ना? Then sightseeing, that service. All of these bachos getting. Then again the transfer fees and this and everything is getting covered, bacho. Clear to all of you? Yeah? So again, over there, that is all your composite supply. Majority of service providers in a particular area of business provide similar. I mean, what is happening in the normal business transaction? Most of them are providing as a bundle, है ना? So most of the airlines are providing food along with transportation of passengers. The nature of various services in a bundle, है ना? One of the services main service, others are incidental or ancillary. Example, service of stay in a hotel is often combined with provisions of what? Breakfast and dinner, provided free of cost during the stay. Then again internet, I told you, obviously, even that service is provided. Laundry, massage, whatever it is, है ना? But if it is given as a package, then bacho again they are naturally coming together or given as a package. Okay, everybody? And one of them is a predominant supply or a principal supply. Okay? Other indicators, again this is for time pass. They are normally advertised as a package and not different supplies. That their different elements are not generally available separately. Okay, generally separately they are not available separately. That means you can't go to an airline just to eat food. They're like, first travel, then we will give you food. Common sense, है ना? No different elements are integral to one overall supply. The different elements are integral to one supply. If one or more is removed, the nature of supply will be definitely affected. One of them is most important, but the others are also important. Okay? Finally here. So again, there is no straightforward formula for that. So just understanding of examples. Some of the examples of composite supplies are, they have given here. Poshak manufacturers, Poshak means uniform, no? Entered into a contract with Chico Limited for supply of ready-made shirts. Now understand, ready-made shirts packed in a designer boxes at Chico Limited's outlet. है ना? Now here what all services are happening? Manufacturing of shirt, that also customized, packaging, special packaging and transport. Why? Because they have to be delivered at the recipient's place. So further, Poshak manufacturer would also get them insured during transit. So insurance also. So in this case, supply of goods, pay attention, the 1, packing materials, 3, transport, 4, insurance, all 4 of them are coming together. And what is the principal supply? Supply of goods, the uniforms, whatever, ready-made shirts. Aaya na bachcho? Clearly here? The supply of goods being the principal supply. Can we go ahead, all of you? Yeah? When the consumer buys a TV, he also gets mandatory warranty and maintenance contract. Maybe 1 year. You ask definitely laptop, also electronic items, what is the warranty? You don't buy the warranty at least for the first year. It is automatically supplied. The supply is a composite supply. So supply of TV is the principal and supply, pay attention, you can buy separately. Pay attention. Warranty and maintenance services are all, you can buy also them separately, na, as such. But if it is provided along with the TV, it is ancillary. So predominant supply is what? Principal supply, supply of Chp. Next one, ready? A travel ticket from Mumbai to Delhi may include service of food being served on board. Travel ticket may include food on board, free insurance, yes possible, use of airport lounge, these services for special customers or special that airlines only. In this case, transportation passenger constitutes the predominant supply, है ना? And others are all बच्चों ancillary. Okay. Then, how do you determine the taxability in case of बच्चों composite supply? Whatever is the tax rate for the principal supply. Yes, still here. So, rate of principal supply will be applicable on the entire supply. Yes. Look at the example. Radhi Computers supplies laptop worth 52,000 along with laptop bag worth 3,000 to a customer for 55,000. Wow, bete. They are given together only. Okay, at 55,000. What is the principal supply? Laptop or laptop bag? Laptop. Yes, still all of you. So on entire 55,000, even if bachcho on this bag the rate is different and on this laptop rate is different, ha ya na? Still on entire 55,000 bachcho will levy laptop's rate. Understood or no? Check till here. Assuming the rate of tax on laptop is 18 and laptop bag is 28, they are purposely giving you more. But still on entire amount bachcho will charge which one? 18 only. Are ha ya na? All of you okay till here? Clear, pakka? So even if the other item is higher, we take rate of principal supply. Clear all of you? Can we go ahead? Supplies given in below mentioned table are composite supplies. Again, CBSE has given the clarification here. I think we had discussed this. Check here. Supply of printed books, pamphlets, brochures, envelopes, annual reports, leaflet, cartons also, boxes. You get customized boxes also these days, boxes etc. Printed with design, logo, name, address or other contents supplied by the recipient of such printed goods. समझा कि नहीं कुछ? Is it a ready-made box? बच्चों, are you buying a ready-made pamphlet or envelope? You are buying a customized envelope. The content to be printed is provided by the customer. Is it okay till here? Okay? So check what is happening here. Again in that, but you can have two cases. We have to understand which supply. Okay, check here. The following are composite supplies. I gave you example now. When I give my book for printing, what is the composite supply in that? I'm getting service of printing and I'm getting the goods, that is pages. I just sent a PDF file, but I'm getting a hard copy na bachcho. Tangible book. Correct? Ink on that page is also goods as such. So that I can call it a service. Acha, you printing on the pages. Clear till here? I'm not going to provide him pages, so you print on my pages. Okay? Done till here? In case of printing of books, pamphlets, brochures, annual reports and the like, where only content is supplied by the publisher, okay, or the person who owns the usage rights to the intangible inputs. Is it okay till here? Let us say I sent for printing of my book, so I own the content, intangible rights, while the physical inputs including paper, okay, use for printing belongs to the printer, then but it is to be taken as supply of printing, okay, printing of the content supplied by the recipient, that is okay. The supply of printing is the principal supply, and therefore such supplies will be part of supply of service. What did you understand? Only content. Okay, check here. What are that also? Check which all examples, which all goods they have taken. Books, pamphlets, this academy, schools, colleges, printers, brochures, same thing, annual reports, company, and the like. Mainly बच्चों readable material. हाँ है ना? Clear till here? And the content only is provided by the owner of the content. Clear? It is बच्चों supply. I mean the printer, whatever he gives back to you, the book, it will be treated as supply of printing services. Clear? Supply of printing services. That is the principal supply. Understood? In case of supply of printed envelopes, now bachcho, it is not a readable material, but main, that is the reason they have looked into it properly. What is the main content over here? है ना? Main part. Envelope, letter cards, that business letters, letterheads, printed boxes, tissues, hotels bachcho, yes, they use the napkins, wallpapers also, whatever, etc. By printer using its own physical inputs, including paper to print the design, logo, etc. The design, logo, etc. are supplied by the recipient of the goods. Okay. The predominant supplies bachcho goods. Understood or no bachcho? Are you getting my point? In the first case, he is not giving the pages. In first case, Mansi. By the printer using its physical inputs, including paper, look at the wording, by the printer. See, in second case, what will happen, Mansi? Pages, we are not printing pages. We are printing pages only in the first case. These cases. Here, what are we printing? On the item. है ना? So here, there is a website, Vista Print, correct? I don't know if you've seen or no. I had forgotten about it. Check here if you'll get it. Vista Print. Check here. You can get a customized calendar with your photos. You can get a customized hoodies. Are you, I mean, in this example, you don't provide them with hoodies or calendars and all of that, papers. You just order them, customized. This is about the supply of printing service or supply of goods. I'm asking you this. But so the first case was what? Look at the types of supplies in the first example which you had seen some time back. What had we seen, Bacho? Pamphlets, brochures, annual reports and books. Am I discussing that right now? Is calendar a book or a pamphlet or a brochure or an annual report? No, no. Here, bachcho, you're getting goods. This is supply of goods. Okay. Look at the predominant element. You are just getting your own logo printed on the goods. You are giving them bachcho money for the goods or only printing of your logo. You are bachcho getting the goods along with your logo. Hai na? So this is your supply of goods. All these, look at these items. These are all your bachcho Forget about visiting cards and all of that. Okay. Look at these. These are all your goods. Can you see or no? But they're all customized. The logo, name, etc. will be given by the recipient. Understood, all of you? This is what? Supply. Look at this. Buy one at 1325. This particular jacket, whatever this is given over here. Is it for printing? Or are you providing the jacket of 1000 rupees? Nahi na. Are you getting my point? All of you. So this supply of service or goods? This is the supply of goods. Clear till here? Haan. So which all will be in supply of service? In this case also I provide my PDF material, that intangible material to the printer. But what am I getting in return? Those are to be printed where? On books, pamphlets, brochures, annual reports. This is the supply of service of printing. Yes, chaliye. The other parts are envelopes. Envelopes. Look at envelopes. Letter cards. That is your business letterhead, let us say. Boxes, tissues, napkins, t-shirts, mugs, frame. Correct? This will be what, bachcho? You are paying for the goods. The only difference is it is customized. Customized means you are giving your name, logo, etc. Clear till here? It will be considered as supply of goods. Samjha ki nahi? Kushbu, Akshay? Done? Done, bachcho? Activity of bus bodybuilding. Okay. Bus bodybuilding means literally, bachcho, it is worked upon. That basis, that entire chassis is worked upon. Okay. The principal supply may be determined on the basis of facts. So forget it. We don't have to keep anything in our mind. Okay. So forget that activity of bus bodybuilding. But rethreading of tires. Rethreading we call it. I call it rethreading of tires. Have you heard of this? Rethreading. If at all you have used but you cycle in your school, then maybe you might have heard about this. The tires, they get what you might have known, what do you call them? Slippery after some time. Hai na? Are you getting my point or no? The tires, bachcho, they also lose their grips. Yes. We used to call it as Gota tire, Gota something. I don't remember, but something like that. Means what? Even if you brake hard, you sit on it by coloring it. Achha. Even if you brake bachcho quite hard, still you're going to slip because it has lost the grip itself. Are you getting my point, everybody? Yes. And new tires obviously are costly. Even if you do for 2-wheeler or 4-wheeler also, or whatever, or even airplanes also, or trucks, tires I'm talking about. They lose the grip. Tire is there. The grip bachcho goes on reducing. Clear till here? Now here you have two options. You can replace the tire or basically buy new tire. Or there is bachcho service of rethreading of tires. I call it as rethreading only. What happens? You go to even if you want for time pass, you can ask. To a better shop, okay, a decent shop. Because they sell second-hand tires. Now second-hand tires means obviously why will they sell bachcho grip-less tire, na? What these people do, they buy or take old tires, those who have lost the grip, okay? And on that, they do the heating process. They will again pour some more rubber. They'll heat the tire, put more rubber on it, and again give that mold or shape of the grip on the tires. Kuch samjha ki nahi? Basically, they can give you the grip back on the tires. It is not as good as a new tire, but it is a decent tire to use for time being. A person especially who cannot afford or who doesn't want to buy new tires, they go for then rethreaded tires. Understood, everybody? You might have heard of refurbished laptops or refurbished mobiles, maybe. I don't know about mobiles, but refurbished. means some part is missing or something is working or not working decently properly, something like that. Okay, understood? So check, look at the again your clarity. He working on the tire, that is service, or he providing or putting some rubber again on the tire, is that goods? Okay, I getting my point. See, when the your tire punctures, these days it is all tubeless only, but still, or in the earlier time they used to put some patch on it. You might have seen patch, you know. He's providing something over there, some small thread he puts in that tubeless tires. So he uses some goods also. But even you might have seen mainly what is he working for? That is bacho service only. What he does to the tire is mainly service. Got it or no, everybody? Tell me. Bolo. If you go for bacho air, filling air in your, what I'll say, tires, air is free of cost, but they charge you for putting the air in the tire for that machine. They are using machine bacho, hai ki nahi? So as such they are giving you service of that, Anyways, let's go ahead. So predominant element in process of rethreading, which is a supply of service. Rubber used for rethreading is ancillary. That is a clarification given. Are you getting my point or no? You went to a tire person, and then you told them, rethread my tires. That will be treated as supply of service. But understand, supply of rethreaded tires itself, where the old tires belong to the supplier of rethreaded tires, is a supply of goods. Don't confuse yourself. Pay attention. Your tire has lost grip, okay? You want to discard them or buy a new one. The person says, give me your old tire for 200, 500 rupees, whatever, and take this tire. Take this tire which I already have, it is also a retreaded tire only. Are you getting my point or no, everybody? Means in that transaction, is he working on your tire? No. He is not working on a tire. He is just replacing or giving you a new tire. New tire, from your point of view, it is a new tire. Even if it is second hand or old or rethreaded. Understood or no? Everybody. It is like buying a second hand mobile. Understood? That will be treated as supply of goods. Or let me just take you same example. You have a laptop or mobile. You got it repaired. It is supply of service. You have a laptop or mobile, you exchanged it, something, and you got another laptop or mobile, it is supply of goods. Clear? All of you tell me. Samjha? Mansi, okay till here? Can we go ahead, everybody? Let us finish till here at least. Mixed supplies means they are not naturally bundled together, they are brought together. Okay, which rate of tax? Highest rate of tax. Okay, whatever those 2, 3, 4 items are provided, amongst them whoever has the highest rate of tax, that will be applicable on the entire supply in case of mixed supplies. Clear? So 2 or more individual supplies of goods or services or any combination thereof made in conjunction means addition together with each other, but for a single price where such supply is not a composite supply. Okay, so simple definition, mixed supply but is not a composite supply. Okay, now this I don't understand. What they're trying to show here? Is it chocolate? Is it milk? Indrajit, is it what, milk or beer? And what food? Canned food. Acha, it is a basket. Oh, it is a gift basket. It is not milk then. Okay. Have you heard of gift basket? Flowers, chocolates, kushbu, soft toys. They all put together, for the Babu Shona. No, never heard. Okay. Babu Shwana people might be knowing this. No, even we used to get what you can say gifts from some academies and this and that. So they used to send entire on birthday. So again, yeah, cake. Let us say, na entire package, bachcho. Some sweets, some this and that. Okay, so put together. So they're not naturally bundled together. They are put together. Okay, purposely put together. Understood? It looks good, better. It is like a bouquet of flowers only. Na? In bouquet, what happens? You're putting them together. Yes, Tilly, all of you. Hello, Tillu. Good evening. How are you? Where are you? Understood, Tilly, all of you? Sir, show pick. What gift? Gift you want? That gift packet. This to you understood, na? Acha, of hampers. Acha, I'll just tell you. Gift, not hamper, but gift. What it is called? I don't remember now these things. Look at this. Wow. Some essential oil, this and that, cosmetics. Yeah. Girls, good for you. You know? Chocolates. Look at this. I think chocolates, flowers, something like that. You know? Babu Shona. Understood Babu Shona? Look at this. Babu. What is Babu? What is Babu like? So kurkure. You know? Some chocolates. All of that. This is bachcho what? This is mixed supply. This is not composite supply. This is what bachcho definitely. Some earrings, cosmetics. Okay. Wow, look at the combination. Shampoo. Other things I don't know. I think this is what girls know this. This is what that powder something. Okay, I don't know. Compact maybe. These I don't know. Coffee. What it is. And Nutella. Wow, bete. Khatarnak. Done till here? This is what bachcho? That is mixed supply. पुट्टी अलग होता है. पुट्टी इनको नहीं समझेगा. मनमत. बोल ना. हो तू निघाला का? तू सांग म्हटलं. लगेच जवळच आहे मी. आलो. हो ठीक आहे. हो इथंच आहे मी. कॅम्पलाच आहे. केपीलाच आहे. आलो. हो. हो. करतो 2 मिनट परत करतो. बाय. किधर गए हम लोग? सॉरी. वेयर वर वी? मिक्स सप्लाई. ठीक है. या तो whether it is mixed supply or not, first of all, then what you have to see? You have to rule out that it is a composite supply. They are not naturally bundled together, then we put them as mixed supply. है ना? Let us check the examples. A supply package, gift item, okay? Canned foods, Nutella, okay? Sweets, chocolates, cakes, dry fruits, cold drinks, fruit juices, when supplied for a single price, is a mixed supply. Each of these items can be supplied separately, obviously, and is not dependent on each other, but they are put together, na? Correct, Ilya? Then it is bachcho mixed supply. It shall not be mixed supply if these items are supplied separately, if at all. If they are sold for a single price, it is a mixed supply. Done? This example is time pass, but it is asked at times. A shopkeeper selling storage water bottles along with fridge. Okay? Now they are not naturally bundled together. You don't have to sell a bottle with the fridge. Okay? The bottles and fridge can be sold easily separately. But now there is a mixed supply. Understood? A house is given on rent through a single rent deed, one floor of which is to be used as residence, another for housing a printing press. Oh, one single location is given on rent, one floor will be used for residence, other for business at a lump sum rent amount, but such renting of two different purposes is not naturally bundled together. Star mark here, a very unique example, different example, and it should be treated as mixed supply. Alright? And what is the rate of tax which are applicable on mixed supply? The highest rate of tax will be applicable. Okay, everybody? So last part. Shringar Enterprise supplies 10,000 kits. I thought Kit Kat. Okay, take it, kits. Of rupees 50 each. Amounting to 5 lakhs to Raghav General Store. Each kit consists of one shampoo, one... Oh God. This is bachcho. What? Mixed supply. Now look at the rates. What will be applicable? Highest rate. Shampoo 18%, face wash 28%. Why? I don't know. Kajal pencil 12%. Okay. Then on the entire amount, we are going to charge 28% rate. Understood, everybody? Clear? Because it is a mixed supply. And more than bachcho one supply made together and taxed at individual rates. There can be a case when an activity or transaction involves more than one supply of goods or services both, but neither they are composite nor mixed. Wah bete. That is, all supplies are independent of each other. Okay. In such a case, if separate consideration is shown, okay, if separate amount is shown in the supply, okay, in that invoice, then each such supply shall be charged at respective rates. Again, a classic example of bachcho garage. I just had my bike serviced. So on engine oil 18%, on some part 12%, and then I'm like 28%. My goodness, on that disc brake pad it was 28% GST. I'm like, but only on that item. Okay, so it is neither bachcho composite, neither mixed supply. So they are all separate individual supplies. So on that all individual supplies, amounts were shown separately. So GST rates were also applicable at their respective rates. Okay. So in case of servicing of cars, involving supply of both goods and services, obviously, are you getting my point? Engine oil, that brake oil, the parts, whatever we are changing in the car or vehicle, they are supply of goods, and obviously the service, labor, and every item is shown but separately. So the GST rates will be also be liable or applicable separately. Clear till here? Hi, now. Done, everybody? Why buy one get one will be there? So that is it for today, everybody. We'll cover these again. We'll have to do question answer also from this chapter, okay? And that one pagadi system, that time pass will do that. I mean, it is not that important, but we'll finish it off in the next lecture. Alright, everybody? So that is it for today, okay?
Recording stopped.
हाँ भगवान, चलो ठीक है मानसी, मिलते फिर कल भी ऑलमोस्ट वही टाइम रहेगा, सुबह का लॉ. अभी इंटरप्रिटेशन चालू करना है अपने को कल, इंटरप्रिटेशन, ठीक है? तो कल ऑलमोस्ट वही 11 के आसपास अपन मिलते हैं, ओके? एंड GST फिर सेकेंड हाफ में. ऑलराइट एवरीबॉडी, चलो बाय बाय ऑल ऑफ यू, सी यू.